traditions, sharing old stories, homemade pasta,
Enjoy, cheers to us, we did it!
and a nice cold Coke.
Okay, ready? One,
Ready.
two.
That's my recipe for magic.
Are you looking for a place?
That creates lifelong friendships. A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
That teaches you skills to improve.
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and Roll Tribe ICC fans. Welcome back to the Blue Channel of Let's Go ICCTV.com. We have some more men's soccer action for you this afternoon. ICC 1-0 on the season facing Southern Union here at the ICC Soccer Complex this afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get started with today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups first for Southern Union State Community College. Number 1, Raul Henderson. Number 3, Camden Carner. Number 4, Bryce Espinola. Number 5, Isaiah Brown. Number 6, Ellis Person. Number 10, Jubal LeBron. Number 11, Caleb Bass. Number 13, Daniel Huerta. Number 21, Porter Sutton. 25, Derek Donde. And number 26, Thomas Richardson. And now the starting Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for your ICC Indians this afternoon. Number 0, Hagan Pierce. Number 2, Adam White. Number 3, Mason Beeman. Number 8, Roy Luna Gonzalez. Number 13, Shota Kawago. Number 14, Velez Juma. Number 15, Aiden Dodge. Number 16, Jay Sanders. Number 17, Jeremiah Dudley. Number 24, Micah King. And number 76, Guillermo Ferry. That rounds up today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for this afternoon's matchup between the Indians and Southern Union. And we are underway here at the ICC Soccer Complex. And Southern Union State starts first. Taking its soccer ball around the far side, but it'll roll out of bounds, out of play. And Southern Union will just reset play right here. This is Raul Hernandez who will pass it over to Person. And Person will pass it to Brown, facing pressure from Jay Sanders and taken away by Jay. Here comes Juma. And a shot attempt right there, taken in by Raul Hernandez, the keeper for Southern Union. And we have player down on the ground for ICC. And good to see Jeremiah Dudley get up on his own power. And play will restart here over on the far side. This is Bryce Espinola, who will pass it back to Hernandez. And Hernandez back to Person. Back to Espinola. And back to Person. Person will pass it to Brown. And Brown up to corner, taken away by ICC. This is Aiden Dodge right here, who will pass it back to Micah King. King surveying the defense. Who will pass it to Mason Beeman, back to King. Back line for ICC, just surveying the defensive layout of Southern Union. But here's Jay Sanders right here. He will pass it, but that is disrupted by Southern Union. And Hernandez will give it back to Espinola. And here's Porter Sutton right here on the other side of the field, but Aiden Dodge will run it down for ICC to take it right back, and it'll just go out of bounds. Last touch by Dodge, so Southern Union will throw it in here. No score between ICC and Southern Union with 42 minutes left in the first half. This one just started here on Let's Go ICCTV.com/blue. Brown will throw it in, and Jay Sanders will, with a sliding kick, will kick it out of bounds. So Brown will throw it back in. And Guillermo Ferry is helping Jay Sanders double team right there, and will go out of bounds again. Last touched by Ferry. This is Jubal LeBron, who will set up a corner kick right here for Southern Union. LeBron's kick on the way, and deflected out on a header by Mason Beeman. Great job by Beeman to get the ball out of the box right there. And so here's Ferry trying to flip the field, get it past midfield, but that's picked up by Daniel Huerta. And here's Derek Donde now, and back to Jubal LeBron. Jubal LeBron trying to get around Aiden Dodge. He enters the box. A sliding kick right there by Jay Sanders will kick it out of bounds. And that will set up another corner kick. This time it'll be coming off the foot of Caleb Bass. Kick on its way, deflected out on a header by Jay Sanders. It'll roll out of bounds off the foot of Micah King. Here's Porter Sutton now. Deflected out of the box by King, and Kawagoe will kick it out of bounds. Inside 40 minutes to play here in the first half. ICC and Southern Union scoreless. A throw in right there will just be deflected out of bounds. And here comes Guillermo Ferry trying to take the top off the defense. He tries to pass and meet with Velaz Juma. And Juma shakes a defender and is in stride. He enters the box. But a lot of contact right there. And, oh, man. Guillermo Ferry had a shot attempt right there, just off the mark. So Southern Union will reset possession here. And the ICC defense moving up towards the back line. That's going to force Bryce Espinola to go in stride after passing to Daniel Huerta. He enters goal side, facing defensive pressure from Roy Luna Gonzalez and Mason Beeman. And Shota Kawagoe takes it away and passes it to Roy Luna Gonzalez. And Shota will kick it out of bounds. It'll roll out of bounds. Just a reminder that if you want to see photos from this match, along with other matches and other events at Itawamba Community College, please visit ICCimages.com. Highlights and story recap for this game will be available on letsgoicc.com. We reset possession here. Huerta tried to move the ball around, but defensive pressure by Juma forces a kick out of bounds. So here's Micah King now. Pass it to Aiden Dodge. Dodge on the back line, surveying the defense, trying to flip the field. Kick goes up and high and off a header by Juma. Will roll in and through the box. And Juma will chase it down, but is taken away by Ellis Pearson. And Jay Sanders kicks right there. Guillermo Ferry deflected out of the box off the back of Bryce Espinola. So here comes Southern Union State. Retakes possession. Trying to flip the field, but broken up by Aiden Dodge, and Jay Sanders tries to chase it down. But Southern Union will retain possession. They'll send it back to Raul Hernandez. So this is Bryce Espinola again. We'll pass it to Brown, Isaiah Brown. Ellis Person will pass it to Raul Hernandez. The back line for Southern Union, surveying the ICC defense, which is already pressing here early. Hernandez will just kick it past midfield, and it'll land and roll. And Aiden Dodge and Porter Sutton kicked at the same time, and it'll roll out of bounds. Last touched by Jubal LeBron. Oh, pardon me, it was off the foot of ICC. Jubal LeBron threw it in just now. Daniel Huerta facing defensive pressure from Adam White, who will kick it upfield, but that is taken away by Mason Beeman. He gets it to Shota. Shota with a nice move to get around the corner. Try to connect with Velaz Juma, but Ellis Person just gets between the ball and Juma, and Southern Union will retain possession. But here comes Adam White trying to put pressure on Hernandez. And Jay Sanders tripped up right there. No whistle. And here's Aiden Dodge, who will pass it to Ferry. Ferry with a nice move right there to get away from the defender with a sideways kick picked up by Adam White, sent back to Mason Beeman. Beeman trying to survey the defense. Here's Micah King now. King to Shota. Back to Beeman, back to King, and back to Beeman again. Beeman surveying the defense. He will move it up along the side. He intended that for Jeremiah Dudley, but that is taken away by Southern Union State. But Mason Beeman will get it right back. Passes it to Gary Ferry. Micah King to Aiden Dodge. Dodge passes it back to Shota Kawagoe. And here's Jeremiah Dudley now. Back to Beeman. And here comes Southern Union now. This is Caleb Bass, who passes it to Isaiah Brown. Brown trying to connect with Derek Donde over on the far side, but broke it up by ICC. Here's Mason Beeman again. Gets it to Shota Kawagoe and trying to flip the field. And here's Jeremiah Dudley right here, but that is taken away by Bryce Espinola. Great defense so far between these two squads. Here's Shota again. We'll kick it to Aiden Dodge. Dodge. And that pass is taken away by Caleb Bass of Southern Union. Bass will pass it to Porter Sutton. And Porter enters the box. And Southern Union will retain possession. Brown will pass to Person. Here's Espinola now. And here comes Jubal LeBron entering the box. Sideways shot right there, deflected by Micah King. Good job right there by Micah to get in the way. No score in this one. ICC and Southern Union deadlocked at 0 with 32:05 left in the first half. This is Hagan Pierce who will kick it out into play to reset for ICC. Kick on its way, and it'll land around Guillermo Ferry. And here's Ferry now, disrupted by Camden Carner. So Southern Union will reset on the backside now. Bryce Espinola almost taken away by Adam White. And this is Camden Carner who passes it to Isaiah Brown. Brown trying to get around Gonzalez. And they're going to call a penalty on Gonzalez for that contact right there. So possession will stay with Southern Union. Isaiah Brown passes it to LeBron. Jubal LeBron, that is. Not to be confused with LeBron James. And a shot attempt goes up and over the net. That was off the foot of Porter Sutton. It'll keep the score at 0-0 apiece between ICC and Southern Union with 30 and a half minutes remaining until halftime. And so here's Hagan Pierce, who will kick it out of the box and back into the playing field. Kick is on its way. And hit on a header by Person. And here comes Velez Juma just outside the box with a sideways kick to Adam White, but a header will force it the wrong direction, and I believe the call is going to be offside. So Southern Union State will take possession back. So here comes Juma again, trying to chase after a loose ball, and a lot of contact right there by Espinola. You could hear the ICC bench erupt after that. Velez Juma. So that'll send up a penalty kick right here. Penalty kick opportunity for Velez Juma. That could give ICC a 1-0 lead. Juma's kick is on its way, and it goes in. ICC strikes first after Velez Juma scores on a penalty kick and cranks a backflip after doing so. What a good job right there by Juma to capitalize on the penalty kick right there. ICC leads 1-0. With 29 minutes remaining in the first half. So Aiden Dodge will come in with a kick right here. And there's Ferry and Roy Luda Gonzalez looked like he was about to pick it up, but Ellis Pearson cuts it off, and here's Porter Sutton now and try to get in stride, but Jay Sanders will disrupt that. Sutton will pass it back to Person. Person to Brown. Brown back to Sutton, but it'll roll out of bounds. So Aiden Dodge will throw it in for ICC. And here comes Jubal LeBron. And he'll be forced out of bounds. That was Ferry on the force out. LeBron will throw it in. Picked up by himself. Facing pressure from Ferry. And a sliding kick right there by Micah King will disrupt the momentum of that shot, and Roy Luda Gonzalez will kick it out of the box. Picked back up by Southern Union. Here's Isaiah Brown. Brown to Bass and to Sutton. A sliding kick right there by Aiden Dodge. Will stall that momentum. And so Jay Sanders breaks it up for a moment. Ellis Person will just get it back to his goalkeeper, Raul Hernandez. Southern Union will take a step back and take a moment to get some breathing room. Person will try to kick it towards Jubal LeBron, but it goes a little far out of bounds right there. ICC leads 1-0, 25-46 remaining in the first half. Want to apologize to our viewers for the score still showing 0-0. It is 1-0 in favor of ICC. Camden Carter will chase down the soccer ball as it rolls out of bounds off the foot of ICC. Raul Hernandez Sets up the back line for Southern Union. Caleb Bass will pass it to Isaiah Brown. Brown passes it to Ellis Person. Person to Hernandez. Hernandez to Espinola. Espinola trying to survey. And this is going to be Derek Donde. And that is taken away by Adam White for a moment, but Southern Union will get it right back. Here's Isaiah Brown now facing pressure from Jay Sanders. Ellis Person will pass it to Bryce Espinola. And here's Caleb Bass now facing pressure from Dudley and Sanders. He will pass it to Porter Sutton. Sutton back to Isaiah Brown. Brown trying to connect with Sutton, but taken away by Guillermo Ferry. Here's Aiden Dodge now. And that'll move right past Velez Juma. And here's Shota Kawagoe, who will pass it to Mason Beeman. Beeman to Micah King. King to Guillermo Ferry. And back to Shota. Shota Kawagoe with a nice move right there to buy space between him and the defender. And it lands in the box. Jeremiah Dudley with a shot blocked. And Raul Hernandez will scoop it up before another kick was swung. Here Caleb Bass will, he tried to get it. Here's Adam White. He tripped up right there. And I don't think the Southern Union defender got crossed up with him. I think it lost a little bit of balance right there. Possession will stay with ICC, of course. And Shota Kawagoe sends the ball up and over the goal. And we're going to have a substitution here brought to you by Max Home. Adam White will sub out and Isaac Penate will sub in for him. ICC leads Southern Union 1-0 with 22 minutes remaining in the first half. ICC looking to extend their lead. Southern Union looking to find the equalizer here in the latter part of the first half here in Fulton. Mason Beeman will kick it away to give the Indians possession some breathing room. Mike King will send it to Aiden Dodge. Back to King. King sends it past midfield. Picked up by Roy Luna Gonzalez. And he tried to meet up with Isaac Penate. So possession will go back to Southern Union. The back line for Southern Union. Surveying the ICC defense. Kick on its way, sent to Isaiah Brown, but taken away by Guillermo Ferry. Here comes Ferry. And tripped up. No whistle. Nice play right there. And Isaiah Brown will throw it back in for Southern Union. On its way. He gets it to Thomas Richardson, to Jabal LeBron. Here's LeBron now. Pass it to Brown. Back to LeBron. LeBron trying to get around Jeremiah Dudley. Dudley making it difficult. He will just scoop the ball away. And tripped up by Edwin Rivera. Indians will retain possession. Here's Aiden Dodge now, who will kick as we resume play for ICC. Inside 20 minutes to play. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Indians. And here's Velez Juma. Juma trying to get around the defender as he approaches the box. And Roy Luna Gonzalez shot just a little off the mark. He had a great angle right there. And here we have a substitution presented by Renaissance Bank. Will Barber enters the game as Jeremiah Dudley will sub out. And this will set up a corner kick. Isaac Panate will issue the corner kick. Panate's kick is on the way. Hit out on a header. Here's Shota Kawagoe, who gets it to Panate, and it'll be just sent out of bounds off a Southern Union header. And here comes Will Barber right here approaching the box, and Panate and Velez Juma no, pardon me, that was, yes, it was Velez Juma who makes it 2-0 for ICC. With 17:58 remaining in the first half, ICC goes up 2 scores. So fighting back and forth over the ball. Isaiah Brown to Tyson Brown. Back to Isaiah. Isaiah Brown trying to get it over to the other side of the field. That's picked up by Edwin Rivera. Kick on its way. And over here on the near side is Tyson Brown. Brown trying to find the equalizer, but Jay Sanders will kick it out, and here comes Will Barber trying to pick it back up, but Isaiah Brown will get in the way, but here's Juma, Velez Juma, and he is a lot of contact right there. No whistle call. Will Barber will kick it out of bounds. And a lot of contact right there. Mason Beeman will pick up possession. And Micah King will send it over to Aiden Dodge. Dodge. Jabal LeBron applying pressure up on the Indians' back line. And Beeman will pass it to Panate. And to Will Barber. Southern Union showing a lot of pressure defensively, but ICC is able to get it towards midfield and get it past midfield. Here's Will Barber now. Will Barber in stride. He'll pass it to Jay Sanders. And he tried to get that to Velez Juma, but that is kicked away by Ellis Person. But ICC will get it right back. Here's Juma again. And Aiden Dodge. Kicks it up towards Roy Luda Gonzalez, and that ball just rolled out of bounds. ICC leads 2-0 as we approach 15 minutes to play in the first half. And we have Renaissance Bank substitution. Espar Bosco will enter the game for Southern Union. And Roy Luna Gonzalez will get it right back for ICC. He tried to pass it to Will Barber, but that is taken away by Person. Person will get it to Edwin Rivera. And this is Tyson Brown right here. And Camden Carner gets it to Isaiah Brown. Back to Carner. To Ellis Person. And Bryce Espinola. Southern Union trying to get a goal on the board, but that is taken away by Guillermo Ferry. Here comes Ferry now. Will pass it to Shota Kawagoe. And to Aiden Dodge. Dodge to Kawagoe. Gets it past midfield. Try to pass it to Will Barber, but disrupted for a moment. And it'll be picked up. And contact called against Southern Union.
Don't do that. He can get up on his own.
And so ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union with 13:20 remaining in the first half. Two 2-0 is the score. Aiden Dodge will kick it for ICC. Kick up and on its way. And sent out by Hernandez. A follow-up shot by Will Barber is deflected, but here's Shota Kawagoe who will pass it to Micah King. King surveying the field, passes it to Beeman. The back line for ICC trying to buy some time. And referee is going to call time for a Southern Union player down on the field. So we are going to take a quick timeout, and we will be right back after this. ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union. 12.5 minutes to go until halftime. And welcome back after that quick timeout. Good to see the young man for Southern Union back up on his own power. As we resume play here, Guillermo Ferry will pass it back to Mason Beeman. Beeman to Micah King. And kick is up and on its way, trying to meet up with Will Barber, but Velez Juma will pick it back up. And referee did not like the amount of contact right there by ICC, so possession will switch back to Southern Union. Here's Isaiah Brown. Brown passes it up, trying to connect with Carner, but Aiden Dodge will kick it back towards Raul Hernandez, and Hernandez will reset possession for Southern Union. And Bryce Espinola will chase it down with the ICC defense applying pressure up front. Will Barber in the box with Hernandez is able to get it to LeBron, but that is taken away by Guillermo Ferry, who passes it to Juma. Velez Juma enters the box. And contact called right there against Juma. Minutes remain in the first half. ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union. And that will just go out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Camden Carner. And we're going to have substitutions presented by Samstown Market and Mantachi. Ronaldo Cerna and Angel Perez enter the game for ICC. Aiden Dodge will throw it in right here for Will Barber. Barber connects with Cerna. And a whistle blown again. And possession will go back to Southern Union. So Adam Green will pass it to Isaiah Brown. Brown facing pressure from Parks Rafferty. And that is picked up by Shota Kawagoe. He gets it to Ronaldo Cerna. Ronaldo Cerna enters the box. And Parks Rafferty fighting over possession of the soccer ball, and possession will, and a lot of contact right there. Referee blows the whistle, and Southern Union will get it right back as we are inside 10 minutes to play until halftime. No. So with 8:50 and running remaining in the first half, ICC up 2-0 over Southern Union. And the throw in right there. First contact made by Micah King. And a lot of contact right there on Isaac Penate. And possession will go back to ICC. Mason Beeman will kick it back into play for ICC. Indians lead 2-0 over Southern Union as we approach 8 minutes remaining in the first half of this contest. Kick is on its way. Hit on a header by Southern Union. Adam Green will send it to his keeper, Raul Hernandez. And so play will resume. And so Tyson Brown, smothered by a blanket of ICC defenders, Parks Rafferty giving chase against Julian Harrison, but nice job right there. Defensive pressure by Parks. Rafferty. Possession will stay with Southern Union, though. 7 minutes remaining in the first half of this contest. Brown will throw it back in for Southern Union. And nice job to get it out the box. Here's Isaac Panate. And a pass up is taken away by Ellis Pearson. Near Shota. Kawagoe in stride. Here comes Shota. And here's Guillermo Ferry, who will just pass it to Aiden Dodge and the back line of ICC to give a little breathing room. With 6:10 remaining in the first half, ICC up 2-0 over Southern Union. Here's Guillermo Ferry to Will Barber, back to Ferry. Trying to flip the field and meet up with Angel Perez. And that's taken away by Espinola. And Hernandez will retain possession for Southern Union, but here's Ronaldo Serna. Broken up momentarily by Will Barber, but Southern Union retains possession again. Gets it past midfield. And they'll roll away from Southern Union, and Hagan Pierce will just scoop it up, and possession will go back to ICC. 5:20 remaining in the first half. ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union. Kick is up and on its way. And it lands and bounces away from Parks Rafferty and will roll out of bounds. Possession will go back to Southern Union. And here's Ben Green who will pass it to Hernandez. Ronaldo Serna giving chase.
Underneath, Ronnie, underneath now. Underneath, Angel.
And Southern Union here on the far side. This is Edwin Rivera. Will pass it up towards Matthew Frey. But it'll go out of bounds. Possession will go back to ICC. With 4.5 to go in the first half, ICC leads 2-0. Do want to apologize for our viewers out there for our score still showing 0-0. It is 2-0 in favor of ICC. So Micah King will throw it back in for the Indians. Deflected out on a header. And it'll roll out of bounds off the foot of Micah King. Southern Union retains possession. Throw in right here. And Southern Union gets themselves some breathing room. With 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. Southern Union trying to find a goal before the halftime break. And here comes Ronaldo Serna after that takeaway. But a lot of contact right there between him and Camden Carner, and no whistle blown. So here's Edwin Rivera now, who will get it to Tyson Green. No, pardon me, Tyson Brown. And great job defensively by ICC to get Southern Union out of the box. Micah King passes it up to Ronaldo Serna. Serna gets past midfield, but double teamed. Will Barber will kick it away, but Raul Hernandez will send it back out for Southern Union. So here's John Montgomery taken away momentarily. Angel Perez giving pressure. Espar Bosco will pass it back towards the back line. And here's Isaiah Brown, past midfield. Gets it to Julian Harrison. A lot of pressure defensively by ICC. Aiden Dodge will just kick it up and out of bounds. Inside 2 minutes to play in the first half. ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union. And Hernandez will get it to Ben Green to restart possession. And Will Barber approaches Hernandez. Hernandez gets it out of the box just in time, lands around midfield. This is Bosco, who will kick it to Carner, over to Brown. And Brown covered defensively, and Hagan Pierce will slide and just scoop the ball in to reset possession with 1:15 and counting remaining in the first half. ICC leads 2-0 over Southern Union. Kick is up and on its way. No, land near Ronaldo Serna. And Isaiah Brown will pick it up for Southern Union, and Will Barber will kick it out of bounds to just stop the momentum with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Isaiah Brown will throw it back in for Southern Union. And contact right there, but it'll slide out of bounds off the foot of Edmilson Veches Reyes. Isaiah Brown with 20 seconds to go throws it back in. And that shot deflected right there by Asil Rodriguez with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Indians are going to go into the locker room with a 2-0 lead over Southern Union. So we're going to go into the Little Caesars halftime report. I'm going to do a quick scoring recap brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. The Indians got on the board first after Vlad Juma capitalized on a penalty kick to make it 1-0. That was with 29 minutes remaining in the first half. And then with 17:58 remaining in the first half, Juma found the goal again. That to make it 2-0 for ICC. And first half thoughts brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Other than those two goals, it's been a defensive slugfest so far between these two squads, fighting over possession. I'm not honestly sure how long either squad has had the possession of the soccer ball for, but I imagine it would be pretty close to 50-50. And we will be back with more with the second half right after this.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Get a large two-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait, I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! Gotcha!
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Prelim day, woke up early and got over to the wide world of sports.
We loaded the bus and I was like, dang, I'm emotional. And then I put my headphones in and I didn't talk to anybody the whole way there. And then the second people started getting off the bus, I started crying. And I was like, oh my God, this is literally like, this could be it. Like this day right here could it could be the end of my cheer career.
I just remember being so nervous. Like I could feel like a pit in my stomach, like just thinking about like we're about to compete semis.
I was trying to listen to music, get myself pumped, like keep me on the right path, like my head straight. So my mood was just nothing. I was chilling.
So walking in and seeing like the same stage that we saw last year, it just kind of had some memories flood back. And then I remember being able to see the teams that we were going against and just having to like let it all go and have to forget everything that happened the year before because it was a completely new team, completely new routine, new skills and everything. And so once I got behind stage and I remember hitting all of our stunts, all of our skills backstage on day one and just being like we're going to do it. Like we're going to do good. We got it. And just being very calm before I went out.
Went through warm-ups. Warm-ups was great.
I don't know, warm-ups was thrilling. Like I had so much like energy going through me. It was crazy. I would like warm up like that every single day if I could. It was just like, because you knew it was there was like, everything was in front of you. Like there was no going back. Like it was just steps forward. And I was ready to go.
Right before we ran out, we were like, this could be our last time.
I'm not emotional. She was hugging me before we went out and she said she loved me. And she's never said that before. So I was pretty emotional because also I was scared. Like I was so scared we were going to go out there and do what we did last year. And I knew that if that's what happened, like I was done. You just have to enjoy it. Like, yes, like this is important, but like at the end of the day, like you still have to enjoy what you're doing. And I just remember that like really calming my nerves. And like, yes, I was nervous, but like I still went out there with the fact that like, okay, I enjoy doing this. Like we've all worked our butts off for this. Like, just go out there and enjoy it.
These are the Indians of
Seeing a crowd doesn't bother me, and I don't black out when the music comes on. So I'm used to everything now, but it's still just like an unreal experience. Like you really can't describe it to anybody that hasn't done it before.
The first thing that I do know is the music was off.
So I didn't even hear the dings. I just like heard the music and I was like, oh snap, because we had like something was wrong with our music. We heard like the first ding and then like the timer was off, but I got through my tuck and I'm like going.
First stunt we do is the elite.
Moving to the elite, boom.
Knox and Carly fell in a rewind. That's the one stunt that, like, once it started coming down, it was coming down because nobody was touching it because Knox is 6'6" or whatever he is.
I dropped my first stunt, but after that, we hit the next one, and we just move into everything else.
Like a nauseous feeling in my stomach because of the same, what happened the year before. After one stunt fell, everything kind of spiraled and fell apart from there. But they did a great job. They stayed composed.
Welcome to my city. This is my throne. I rule everything here. This is my zone. No, you ain't ready. Time for you to go. This is how it goes down in my zone.
My IME hit and I was pumped. And it didn't just hit, it slayed. It was so good. So I was excited.
I got out there, we get the cheer, and I'm gassed. I used up too much adrenaline, too fast. I'm in the chair, red, and everything just hit me. I'm drained. Everything, I'm slow now. I'm so exhausted. Blue, and I started walking. I'm like, what the freak is going on?
They got all the way through the cheer, and everything else was great. Right after the cheer, Maddox and Alicia dropped a toss lib to the ground.
But I fell, and it wasn't even just a fall. I fell straight on the mat.
I felt horrible, honestly. I picked her up, said, "Are you okay?" and just went on with my routine.
I just got up and ran straight behind a basket.
It was a hard hit. She had no spot. She completely came down. Yet she got up, smiled, got on my shoulders, and smacked our pyramid. Our full up hits, our full around smacks, I think that we hit a routine. We pop off, she looks at me, and I know something went wrong. But I just had to look at her and be like, I am genuinely so proud that didn't affect you. She got up. I think she's probably one of the only people on that team that could have got up, smiled, kept going, and hit everything with a smile on her face continuously. I think I have not been more proud of a single person all year.
So I felt very confident. I had no doubts coming off the mat, and then we watched the video, and I was like, oh, dang.
When I was on the mat, I thought we had done so much better. But it was just the little things that were so bad.
I was really upset that I let that happen. I couldn't even watch the video after our semis.
I was kind of mad at myself, but I still felt like we did well enough to make it to the finals.
I felt like we still had a really good shot at making finals, although I didn't feel near as good as I wanted to feel about it.
It feels like the deck is stacked against you before you even start your business. What's the difference between someone who fails and someone who succeeds? To succeed, you need an edge. You might invent technology that nobody else can imagine. Maybe you make the perfect product with the perfect fit. But what every successful business has is a bank that is there for them. Instead of saying slow down, a bank that asks, what's next? Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Get a large two-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait, I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! Gotcha!
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire. Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because... That's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone. Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire. Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because... That's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone. Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back after the halftime break, ladies and gentlemen. ICC leads Southern Union 2-0 after the first half of play, and we are getting ready with the start of the second half here at the ICC Soccer Complex. Just a quick little scoring recap brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. ICC struck first after Veled's Juma capitalized on a penalty kick to make it 1-0 for the Indians with 29 minutes left in the first half. And then at the 17:58 mark of the first half, Juma found the goal again to make it 2-0 in favor of the Indians. And both squads are getting ready to get the second half underway here at the ICC Soccer Complex. I'm Cal Brown, joined up top by Raphael Henry, our camera operator. Casey Smith out here taking pictures for ICCimages.com. You can find pictures from today's match and other matches and other events from the college on ICCimages.com. Highlights and a recap for this matchup and more will be available on letsgoicc.com. And we are just about ready to get started with the second half. Outside here at the ICC Soccer Complex on a day in Fulton where you cannot ask for better weather. And that kick will go out of bounds. That was off the foot of Jubal LeBron. And Mason Beeman will throw it back in for ICC as we get underway here with the second half. I'm Cal Brown. We had just started the second half here on letsgoicctv.com/blue. This is Aiden Dodge, number 15, who will throw it in for the Indians. He throws it towards Jeremiah Dudley. It'll go off of a header of him, and it'll roll out of bounds. Espar Bosco will throw it in for Southern Union. But that is forced out by Roy Luna Gonzalez. Possession will stay with Southern Union. And Bosco will throw it back in. Southern Union facing pressure from ICC defensively. A lot of contact right there by Velez Juma. A little. And Camden Carter was giving a few comments to Velez Juma. And so here's Isaiah Brown. Brown passes it to Person, and Person back to Espinola. Espinola surveying the defense and will pass it to Bosco, who passes it to Bass. Caleb Bass will pass it to Lund Galvin. And taken away by ICC. Jeremiah Dudley tries to meet up with Velez Juma, but that is kicked out of the way by Bryce Espinola. And so here comes Southern Union now. This is Talon Galvin. Galvin approaching the box, but facing defensive pressure from Guillermo Ferry. It'll roll out of bounds. So Espar Bosco will throw it back in for Southern Union. Deflected off of a header, hit off another header, this time by Mason Beeman. But Jabal LeBron tries to get it back for Southern Union. A little bit of back and forth, swapping possessions. But Guillermo Ferry is able to get a foot on it, but it'll roll out of bounds before Adam White can chase it down. Espar Bosco will throw it back in for Camden Carter. And so Jeremiah Dudley tried to get it back, but Espar Bosco will kick it out of bounds. 2-0 is the score for ICC, leading over Southern Union, 41-48 remaining in the contest. Second half just started back here on letsgoicctv.com/blue. And trying to flip the defense to Lon Galvin, who will pass it over to Caleb Bass. Bass and Mason Beeman scrambling over possession of the ball. Here's Jabal LeBron, and that will go in. Jabal LeBron cuts into ICC's lead. It'll be 2-1 now. Indians lead. With 41-24 remaining in the contest. And so ICC will restart play. No, pardon me. Southern Union will restart play here. Espar Bosco gets it back to Jabal LeBron. And LeBron trying to move it upfield. And the Southern Union offense trying to survey the defense of ICC. Disrupted a little bit, but Aiden Dodge will cut it off just for a moment to give Hagan Pierce enough time to slide in and fall on top of it to put possession back in favor of ICC as we approach 40 minutes to play in the first half. 2-1 is the score in favor of ICC. And here's Micah King, who will try to flip the field here and meet up with Adam White. And here's Adam White being double teamed, and a lot of pressure right there on Bryce Espinola.
Oh my God, he threw himself 5 yards down the field. Give him a fucking action. I mean, you gotta see dramatic stuff like that is what it is, ref.
And so play will restart here with a penalty kick by Velez Juma. Juma's kick is on its way, and it's in! Another one by Velez Juma. And of course, it's not a Velez Juma goal if he doesn't cut a flip.
Tanner, we gotta see that. I mean,
So 39:52 remaining in the contest. ICC leads 3-1 over Southern Union. And so play will resume after that score right there. And the Indians' defense being relentless right now. And the ball will be out of bounds on that far side. Aiden Dodge will throw it back in for ICC. He will toss it down towards Micah King. But he has to get it away from Jabal LeBron quickly. He was in hot pursuit right there. Micah King gets it up to Juma, who has been electric today. And Roy Luna Gonzalez gets one to make it 4-1 for ICC. Roy Luna Gonzalez extends the lead for the Indians. With 38:47 remaining in the contest. So play will resume after that goal by Gonzalez. Here's Guillermo Ferry, who will pass it towards the back line to Mason Beeman. Beeman surveying the Southern Union defense, and that is taken away by Caleb Bass. Bass passes it to Jubal LeBron. LeBron, who will pass it off to Tyson Brown. And Brown to Camden Carner, and Carner to Talon Galvin, and just off the mark right there was a shot attempt by Talon Galvin.
Micah, you got caught there. Hey, listen, you're fine. Hey,
38 minutes remaining in the contest. ICC leads 4-1. A 2-1 run coming out of halftime, where the Indians took a 2-0 lead after the first 45 minutes of this contest. And despite 2 goals being scored, felt like a defensive slugfest. Just anything you can do, I can do better. But here's Shota Kawagoe, who will pass it off to Jay Sanders. Jay moves it up to Roy Luna Gonzalez, and here's Adam White. Adam White with a cross pass right there, and that will just roll out of bounds.
Do not worry about size play.
So Adam White will throw it back in for ICC. And connects with Shota Kawagoe, but it'll a little bit too much energy off that bounce right there. It'll roll out of bounds. And Southern Union will take possession. On the throw in right here, Kawagoe will take it away for ICC, but the ball is going up and up in the air. Adam White will pick it back up for ICC. Passes out to Velez Juma. Gets it to Roy Luna Gonzalez, and now running away. Here comes Jay Sanders. And they're going to call it out of bounds. And yes, it was out of bounds as Jay got to it. So possession will go back to Southern Union. 4-1 is the score. ICC leads Southern Union with 36 minutes remaining in the contest. And Raul Hernandez will get it towards midfield. Camden Carner with some slight defensive disruption. And Hayden Olsen, passes it to Carner, and Velez Juma will just kick it back towards Hernandez. And there's Jubal LeBron. LeBron trying to work around defense, kicks it back towards his back line to buy him some breathing room. Ellis Person will get it to Carner. And here's Brown. Moving along the sideline, gets past Guillermo Ferry, but Adam White will take it away. Adam White in stride, trying to get around the defenders. And he tried to pass it to Shota Kawagoe, but that is taken away for a moment by Esbar Bosco, and a lot of contact right there. And a good sign of sportsmanship right there by Jubal LeBron to help Adam White up off his feet, get him on his feet. And so Aiden Dodge will kick it. Kick is on its way. And here's Roy Luna Gonzalez, who will pass it to Jay Sanders. Sanders kicks it up towards goal, and Raul Hernandez will just see it in and reset play. 33:57 remaining in the contest. And Shota Kawagoe will take it away, but being double teamed right there. So here's Caleb Bass right here on the far side. Pass it to Jubal LeBron. And he'll kick it up towards the box to Lon Galvin. And that is taken away by Roy Luna Gonzalez. Gonzalez who kicks it up towards Velez Juma. And Juma kick is up towards Adam White, and that ball was a little too hot coming off the foot of Juma to White. It'll just bounce off the foot and go out of bounds. And we're going to have an ICC Wesley Foundation substitution. Parks Rafferty will enter the contest for Jay Sanders. ICC leads 4-1 with 32-44 and counting left in the contest. And Hernandez will kick it back out towards Person, and Person will kick it back out towards Camden Carner. No, pardon me, that's Isaiah Brown that he kicked it to. Bryce Espinola will kick it towards Espar Bosco, and broken up, taken away by Adam White. And here's Adam in stride. And double team taken away, but a lot of contact called right there. And I believe they issued a yellow card to Lon Galvin. And so Guillermo Ferry and for our fans, just a reminder that photos from this contest will be available on ICCimages.com. And Ferry's shot deflected, and Mason Beeman will just kick it out of play. So here's Espar Bosco, who will kick it back towards his goalie, Hernandez. Hernandez scanning the field, sends it past midfield, but that is broken up by Aiden Dodge. Adam White approached it, but here's Mason Beeman now. Beeman kicks it up towards Aiden Dodge. The Indians are going to have to gain control of the soccer ball here. And a lot of keeping your head on the swivel right there. And we're going to have an ICC Baptist Student Union substitution. Bryce Espinola exits the game, and Adam Green will take his spot for Southern Union. Hernandez will kick it back up into play, and that is taken by Micah King. King passes it up to Adam White. White will pass it up to Roy Luna Gonzalez, who will pass it off to Velez Juma. And here's Juma right here. He tried to get it to Jeremiah Dudley, but that is taken away by Southern Union momentarily. Guillermo Ferry will pass it to Mason Beeman. Beeman trying to get it back to where it was to begin with, and it will roll out of bounds off of the foot of Beeman, intended for Adam White. And we're going to have a Max Holmes substitution for Southern Union. John Montgomery enters the game as Hayden Olson will substitute out. So Montgomery fighting with Kawagoe, but here is Jeremiah Dudley, but that is taken away by Southern Union. Here's Caleb Bass now. Kicks it up towards Adam Green. And shot deflected out by Mason Beeman. So here's Isaiah Brown. And that'll be kicked out of play by Parks Rafferty. So Jabal LeBron facing defensive pressure from Parks Rafferty and Aiden Dodge. Dodge will just kick that out of play, kick it past behind the fans over in the shade on this lovely afternoon here in Fulton. So Adam Green will kick it towards Espar Bosco, and Adam White will take it away momentarily, but a sliding kick gets it away. Southern Union retains possession. And Raul Hernandez issues it back into play for Southern Union. This is Caleb Bass right here. Bass connects with Adam Green, and Green's pass is taken away by Parks Rafferty. Parks passes it to Jeremy Ferry. Ferry to Micah King. King to Mason Beeman. Beeman back to King. Nice little side kick right there by Micah King. Beeman will kick it up towards Jeremiah Dudley. Broken up momentarily, but Roy Luna Gonzalez will get it right back. Velez Juma knocked down. So possession will stay with ICC. So here comes a free kick right here for Shota Kawagoe. On its way. And it'll just roll into the midst of Raul Hernandez. With 27-24 remaining in the contest, ICC up 4-1 over Southern Union. And so Southern Union's Camden Carner passes it up to Isaiah Brown. Brown in stride will pass it off to Caleb Bass. This is number 19, John Montgomery. Gets it back to Ellis Person. They will get it back to the back line. Adam Green trying to flip the field, but ICC defense will come up with a takeaway. This is Micah King trying to get around LeBron and passes it off to Mason Beeman. Beeman passes off to Guillermo Ferry. Ferry moving along field, pass it back to Aiden Dodge over there on the far side. Back to Ferry. To Micah King. Micah in stride. And we'll pass it to Jeremiah Dudley, but that'll get away. Adam Green will kick it away. And here's Talvin Gallen. Passes to Caleb Bass. And this is Isaiah Brown over here on the far side. That is taken away by Parks Rafferty. And Southern Union will get it right back. Shot on its way and just off the mark. A little too high. And so play will restart after Aiden Dodge will kick this away. Kick is up and on its way. So Southern Union will get it right back. This is John Montgomery. Passed off to Camden Carner. And here's Caleb Bass again. Carner back to Bass. And Hector Marcial will get it away for ICC, and this is Adam White right here. White trying to survey the defense, trying to find a hole to get around. He'll just kick it back to Hector Marcial. And nice move right there by Hector to pass it to Adam White. And White tries to get it to Roy Luna Gonzalez, but Raul Hernandez will just scoop it back up for Southern Union. And here's Jeremiah Dudley. Makes it 5-1. Jeremiah Dudley came up with a quick takeaway. And a goal capitalized on it. Makes it 5-1 for ICC with 23:30 remaining in the contest. .23:30 remaining. ICC up 5-1. And just a great play right there by Dudley. Come up with a takeaway. And here's Veled's Juma. Passes it to Jeremiah Dudley. And kick deflected. It'll land on top of the goal. 23:09 remaining in the contest. Itawamba leads 5-1. And we're going to have a Renaissance Bank substitution. Ronaldo Serna subs in for Jeremiah Dudley, who just scored the most recent goal for the Indians. And we'll resume play right here. And a lot of contact right there between Juma and Jubal LeBron. But good to see LeBron back up on his feet, on his own power. So Adam Green will pass to Hernandez, the keeper for Southern Union, and we'll send it up to the far side of the playing field. Will Barber giving chase, and he comes up with a takeaway thanks to an assist by Parks Rafferty. Micah King gets it to Aiden Dodge. Dodge to Guillermo Ferry. And here's Shota Kawagoe, who flips the field and gets it to Velez Juma, but taken away by Adam Green for a moment there, and a sliding kick right there by Will Barber. So that'll give ICC a free kick right here. So here's Will Barber, who will line up for the kick. Will's kick is up and on its way. It'll just sail over the top of the goal. So we have a pair of Samstown Market substitutions. Arturo Tapio subs in for Micah King, and Anthony Marquez will check in at the goalkeeper position, as Hagan Pierce will come to the sideline. As we resume play here, Southern Union back line shuffling the ball around as they survey the ICC defense. 5-1, ICC leads with 21 minutes remaining in the contest. And a sliding kick right there by Will Barber moves it out of bounds. And Will Barber applying plenty of defensive pressure. And the ball will be back in the hands of ICC. Isaac Panate gets it to Hector Marcial. And Tapia will get it to Parks Rafferty. He'll get past Parks. But Will Barber almost gets it right back for ICC, but Southern Union will retain possession. Hector Marcial gets it back on a header. And Isaac Panate passes it to Marcial. Marcial gets it towards midfield, intended for Velez Juma, and he gets it right back to Will Barber. Barber moving. We'll pass it to Isaac Panate. And Panate passes it to Renardo Sirna. And he's tripped up right there. And this will set up another penalty kick opportunity. And this time it'll come off the foot of Will Barber. Barber's kick on the way, and it's in! Will Barber makes it 6-1 for ICC with 19:42 remaining in the contest. So with 19:42 remaining, the Indians lead 6-1. After that successful penalty kick by Will Barber. And Barber gets it right back after that momentarily breakup. Here's Parks Rafferty now. Rafferty. And it'll be kicked out of the box by Devon Sasser. And Raul Hernandez will catch the header. And he'll just send it back out to restart play for Southern Union State. Kick is up and on its way. Jeremy Ferry heads it up, but that is picked up by Hillel Bill and deflected by Anthony Marquez. And Marquez's kick is up and on its way, and it'll land past midfield. Southern Union State trying to get it from Caleb Ass to Camden Carner. And this is Ellis Person now. Person trying to flip the field. connects with Nate Joyner. Knocked down by Isaac Penate. So here's Joyner now. Joyner trying to get it around Isaac Penate. And he'll get it to Caleb Bass. Bass trying to get it to the other side of the field, but that is hit up on a header by Parks Rafferty. Jeremy Ferry picks it back up. It kicks it to Parks. Southern Union State will get it, possession right back, right there. And Velez Juma tried to reach in to get it, and he could still get it right here, get it right back for ICC, and he does. He kicks it to Hector Marcial to negate the scoring threat. So Shota Kawagoe off the foot, and he will get it right back. Shota trying to flip the field. He was aiming for Will Barber, but that will get away from ICC. Hallel Bill taken away by Guillermo Ferry. And this is Ronaldo Cerna over on the far side, contending against Devin Sasser. And we're going to have an ICC Wesley Foundation substitutions. Edmilson Veches Reyes, Asil Rodriguez, Angel Perez, and Bryce Nunnery all check in to the contest. In relief of Parks Rafferty, Velez Juma, Shota Kawagoe, and Guillermo Ferry. As we approach the 15-minute mark of the second half, Aiden Dodge will toss it in. Hector Marcial will pick it up. Marcial gets it to Isaac Penate. Penate trying to get around the Southern Union defender. He'll kick it back to Marcial. Marcial. Nice move right there by Hector to get around the defender, but taken away by Southern Union State. And then Milson Veches Reyes causing a lot of defensive pressure right there, but Southern Union State moving the soccer ball laterally. And here's Camden Carner. Kicks it up. Hit on a header by Aiden Dodge. And Anthony Marquez will just fall on top of it and reset play for ICC. 14:32 remaining in the contest. ICC up 6-1 over Southern Union. Marquez kick is up and on its way, and it'll go to his counterpart, Raul Hernandez. Camden Carner will pass it to Caleb Bass. Back to Hernandez and over to Ellis Pearson. And I believe that was off the foot of Angel Perez. And Isaac Penate will throw it into Angel Perez, who will kick it to Will Barber. Barber, and it's broken up by Southern Union State. This is Devin Sasser right here. Trying to flip the field, but it'll just go back to the Indians. Aiden Dodge will pick it up, and it'll roll out of bounds. We have an ICC Baptist Student Union substitution. Jubal LeBron comes back into the contest in relief of Caleb Bass. Kick is up and on its way into the box, and a header by Aiden Dodge will get it out of the box. And this kick right here by Arturo Tapia will remain in play, but a lot of contact right there. called against ICC will give Southern Union State a free kick that will be issued by Jubal LeBron. LeBron's kick is up and on its way. And that'll roll out of bounds. I believe that was last touch by Southern Union's So here's Anthony Marquez. Up and on its way. It'll land just a little shy of midfield, and it'll take a Southern Union roll. And Anna Dodge will just kick it out of bounds. Kick it towards Roy Crescent Field. See some of the ICC baseball players out there doing a little slight practice. Rolls back into play. Header by Nate Joyner is a little too high. It'll go out of bounds. We're going to have a Max Holmes substitution. Bryce Nunnery comes out, and Jeremiah Dudley re-enters the game for ICC. With 10:58 remaining in the contest, ICC leads 6-1 over Southern Union. So here's Edmilson Vechez Reyes, who passes it to Will Barber and up to Jeremiah Dudley, but taken away by Ellis Pearson. It'll roll out of bounds. Nate Joyner will throw it back in for Southern Union. And trying to connect up with Matthew Frey, but Hector Marcial is on top of it. A lot of contact right there. And Hector Marcial gets it away, and it'll be picked up by Will Barber. Barber passes it up to Jeremiah Dudley. And Devin Sasser will get it back towards goal side. And here's Jubal LeBron. LeBron enters the box. And LeBron's shot goes in. Second goal of the day for Jubal LeBron. The lead is now 6-2 for ICC over Southern Union with 9:48 remaining in the contest. And so coming up will be a corner kick for ICC. Isaac Panate will send it out. Kick is up and on its way. And hit on a header by Ronaldo Serna, but it goes a little too high and off the mark. 8:40 remaining in the contest. ICC up 6-2 over Southern Union. This is Isaac Panate with a backwards pass kick to Will Barber, but he's met by Camden Carter, and it'll just roll out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Barber. And so this is Hillel Bill. And contact called on Hayden Dodge. So this is Jubal LeBron, who will kick the free kick for Southern Union. LeBron is responsible for both of Southern Union's goals this afternoon. Kick is up and on its way and go just shy. I'm going to have a Renaissance Bank substitutions. Roy Luna Gonzalez and Micah King re-enter the game. Will Barber and Aiden Dodge will sub out in their place for ICC. As for Southern Union, Charlie Ezel enters the game for John Montgomery, as Marquez will kick it back out into play. And Asil Rodriguez sends it to Ronaldo Serna. With 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the contest. So Micah King will throw it back into play from midfield. Throw in on its way. And he gets it to Ellis Person. Picked up by Jabal LeBron, but taken away by Angel Perez. And taken right back by Nate Joyner. Jabal LeBron passes it to Charlie Ezel. Ezel, and it's taken away by Isaac Panate. This is Arturo Tapia, passes it back to Panate. And Panate trying to get around defenders. And here comes Edmilson Vechez Reyes. Facing double team pressure, passes it to Panate. And a nice shot right there into the box, kick back out. And just off the mark. A good shot attempt right there by Asil Rodriguez, just off the mark. It'll stay 6-2 in favor of ICC with 5.5 minutes to go in the contest. This is the second game of the 2025 campaign for ICC. They opened the season with a 5-3 win over Northeast Alabama on Saturday. Here comes a corner kick for Isaac Panate. Kick is on its way and hit out on a header by Southern Union. But here's Isaac Panate with a follow-up right here. And taken away by Southern Union. But Hector Marcial gets it right back, passes it to Asil Rodriguez. And Hector Marcial. And they'll just kick it back to Blakely Timms. Blakely will send it back into play, meets up with Bernardo Serna. And to Micah King. King to Arturo Tapia. And broken up by Jubal LeBron. And Southern Union's Raul Hernandez will kick it up. And a bunch of shuffling back and forth between possessions between ICC and Southern Union. 6-2 Indians lead with 4 minutes remaining in the contest. So Isaac Panate will come over with a free kick right here. Kick is on its way. Picked up by Roy Luna Gonzalez. He passes it off back to Panate. And Panate's shot seen in by Raul Hernandez. So with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the contest, ICC leads 6-2 over Southern Union. And Jabal LeBron with a nice spin move, but that is taken by the Indians. And Mielson passes it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Angel Perez, and Angel tripped up right there, no whistle. And a lot of contact right there. Whistle is blown. Two and a half minutes remaining. ICC leads 6-2. And Charlie Ezel will get it to Camden Garner. And this is Nate Joyner right here. Passes it to Jabal LeBron. Isaiah Brown sends it up towards the box. Hit out on a header by Hector Marcial. Here's Garner again. Tries to kick it back towards the box. And I don't believe either Bill or King made contact with that. I think it just went over their heads and it rolled out of bounds. Either way, ICC will retain possession with 1:52 remaining. This is Blakely Timms who will send it back out for ICC. And ball is on its way. Picked up by Southern Union State. And nice deflection right there by Blakely Timms. The quick shot right there. He put his hands exactly where they needed to be. So the score will remain 6-2 in favor of ICC with 1:17 remaining. So this will set up a corner kick for Southern Union. Jabal LeBron will issue the corner kick for, and it's on its way. And another nice deflection right there by Blakely Timms. And ICC will take it away and get it out of scoring territory. This is Ronaldo Cerna. Passes it up to Angel Perez. Perez gets it to Jeremiah Dudley. And taken away by Julian Harrison. And that'll be picked up by Yasiel Rodriguez. Passed off to Tapia. And Tapia's kick will just go out of play. And as we approach 10 seconds remaining, the clock will just run out here. And ICC is 2-0 on the young season with a 6-2 victory over Southern Union. And we're going to go into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. And we're going to start with our Little Caesars scoring recap. So the Indians struck first in the contest with 29 minutes remaining in the first half when Velez Juma capitalized on a penalty kick to make it 1-0 for ICC. And then at the 17-minute 58-second mark in the first half, Juma made it 2-0 for ICC to give us a 2-0 score at the halftime break. Just a couple minutes into the second half, Southern Union got on the board and scored a quick goal, but not long after that at the 30, that was at 41 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second half. But just a couple minutes after that, with 39 minutes and 52 seconds remaining, Velez Juma scored another penalty kick goal to make it 3-1 for ICC. And then just a little over a minute afterwards, Roy Luna Gonzalez got in on the scoring action, made it 4-1. And then Jeremiah Dudley, with 23 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, he made it 5-1. And then Will Barber got a penalty kick of his own to make it 6-1 for ICC. And then with 9:42 remaining, Southern Union got their second goal of the contest. Both goals for Southern Union came off of the foot of Jubal LeBron. Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, thoughts on the game? Yeah. The first half, despite the 2 goals being scored for the Indians, it felt like a defensive slugfest between the two squads. It felt like that there was a lot of, defensive schemes working for both squads. And second half, it started out that way as well, but there were some holes, there were some weaknesses being exposed for either side, and that led to more scoring in the second half. And for our Samstown Market star of the game, I'm going to go with Veledz Juma. He had multiple goals on the day. He was everywhere on the field, always near the ball. So Veledz Juma, he will be our Samstown Market star of the game. If you want to see captured moments from either one of the 6 goals for ICC this afternoon, you can view images on ICCimages.com, not just from this match, but other matches and other events around the college. Highlights and a game recap will be available for this game on letsgoicctv.com. Well, that'll do it for us here in Fulton. ICC wins it. Final score 6-2 over Southern Union. For Raphael Henry, Adam Gore, Casey Smith, I'm Cal Brown saying so long. And as always, Roll Tribe.